Hey guys, thanks for coming. Hi, Kenergy, Brooke, Popcorn. Popcorn, I wasn't sure if you wanted to be on the wheel or not. Hi, Miss Betty. Um, did you comment, Betty, for the giveaway for tonight? Oh, we've missed you too. How you been doing? Hi, Teresa. Do you want your name on the wheel? I just don't want to put it on there if you don't want it on there. Hi, Chris. How are you? Hi, Stanley Cup. Hi, Bliss. I'm good, Chris. I'm tired, but I'm good. I'm excited to okay, rebrand. You do you want me to put you on the wheel? Well, it's for all my subs, so all you have to do is be sub here. Um, Hi, Cynthia. How are you? I know Curls is going to join us shortly as well. I'm just gonna double check and make sure that I'm not maybe right. I'm just gonna double check, make sure I have everybody on the wheel that wanted to be on. Just give me a couple of seconds. Okay, so Popcorn would like to be on it. Okay, rebrand. All right. Thanks, Bliss. Yeah, I just chose something random. Let me just update it. There we go. It should, yeah. There you go, rebrand. I put fuck off for you. Miss Boop, would you like to be on the wheel as well? I know you're a member here, but I don't see you on the list. Well, I put rebrand. Fuck off. Betty, I'm gonna put you on just because you've been around for a long time and I want to make it fair. All right, I think I have everybody on that has commented. So I'd like to do this first before I even speak on anything else. Okay, Betty, you can pick who whenever if you get drawn, okay? Thanks, Teresa. Um, I'm not sure about Tira. Chicago was going to try. All right, I'm going to spin the wheel now. So good luck, everyone. Oh, Miss Dina. Congratulations, Dina. If you want to reach out to me with your email address, I will send that off to you. Thanks, guys, for the support, and I appreciate all of you. Now I'll just remove this. There we go. Okay, I know Miss Curls is going to come up and chat for a little bit. I am going to touch on the Shelley subject because I'm me, and I'm just I can't say I can't keep my mouth shut. Oh, thanks so much, Anne. I appreciate you. Okay, so here's the situation with Shelley. Hi, Kenergy. Do I think Shelley is a horrible person? No, I don't. Do I think there are issues with her? Yes, absolutely. The biggest thing with Shelley is that she has had continued support from her core group of friends. What were her core group of friends? And she basically, the videos that she put out, she basically threw us away by saying that she feels like she had to secretly watch Taboo Topics since December because her friends wouldn't support her decision. And that's not true. Okay? None of us have ever said to anyone where each other could go. And I mean, she had mentioned to a few people that I guess that she had been watching. But in the video that she put out, she said that she was secretly watching since December. Okay? So that was wrong on her part. That was dirty. Then we have the situation of, do we think, I'm not going to say we, I'm speaking for me. Do I think that, do I believe that her grandmother is there and is, on hospice? Yes, I do. We know there's proof of that. I do not believe that Shelley is doing it for any type of monetary gain. Um, she really does love her family, and having gotten to know her, um, that's very evident. Um, Shelley's problem is that she needs some, or the family needs some kind of um, financial advice, even though, we could give her advice as when we're friends. Um, but they need to see, like, I don't know, it's different here in Canada, but there must be some kind of financial counseling you can go to, right? And I think they need to do that because, yeah, they have way overspent. And now they're in a situation where they're living on their own. There is proof that the her mom's apartment complex was contacted about Shelley and her family living there. Yes, I realize they were doing it illegally, but there is proof that someone called. Okay. Um, as for the GoFundMe, I think they were in a situation where, yeah, they needed some help because they were going to the food bank even, while living with her mom. So there's very poor money management. And I think counseling would be good because, she's got um, young kids that are impressionable. And with the spending habits that they have, that's not teaching the children anything positive. Um, yeah. Yes, it is no excuse, and that's the problem. She has basically no, like, I mean, she switched on us. There is proof that she has given Shay DMs, and when I say DMs, all of her DMs are concerning her, Kirsty, Viper, whoever was in that group chat. I was not part of that. Just give me a second. Sorry. Um, yeah, I was not part of that. I don't know what kind of stuff was happening with Kirsty. The timeline, as far as her her saying that the she had to do the GoFundMe money from Kirsty made her feel like she was indebted to Kirsty. Okay. Um, and we know the dates are off, right? There was a 6 month difference there. So Kirsty um, donated to the GoFundMe and said, go, Now promise me you'll go to the police and protect yourself. And she was referring to the situation that was happening with drugs and popcorn. She wasn't referring to, yeah, yes, it will. Um, well, I mean, if you don't vibe with her, then don't watch her. Hi, girls. The link is up top. I think that anyone? Yes, yes. Um, and I can't speak too much for Kirsty because I don't know a lot of the details. Kirsty was blindsided by it. Um, I really feel that once Roadhog came back and vindicated Mike, we saw a complete flip in Shelley because finally, someone was speaking up for her. However, she doesn't seem to remember that that's where this all started. It started with Roadhog. We listened to, hours and hours of conversations with her over it. What Shelley showed the girl. Yeah, yeah. See, and that's what we're seeing, or I'm seeing. But I don't know. Like, I don't know the details of that's private conversations between them. It's not something that's been part of what was the group chat. Okay. The group chat like has disbanded over the whole Melissa thing. And then Shelley does this. So, we're all feeling hurt. We were blindsided, um, betrayed. Yeah, and I just can't. I don't want to throw hate her way, but I mean, it has to come out. You know, she was being shady. Um, and knowing that she has been dipping her toes in pig shit is like a kick in the gut. You know what I mean? Like all of her friends that stood up for her and she ruined it for what? Hi, Wildflower. Thank you. What proof do you have that? Her words. We have her words. Okay, it's been said. Right? That's what I keep saying, Stina. And I've even went to the DMs and called Shelly out. Who joins YouTube and within 3 days you're a member of Shelly's? Hey, Goalie, good to see you. Thanks for coming. Um, I honestly believe that Sammy is Shelly, and you can just come in here and talk, under your own name. It's crazy. Yeah, I've watched Wildflower before as well. Exactly, exactly. We can talk about it. How you doing, Coley? Curls, you want to come on up and give um your thoughts about it? Also, why is Shelly hashtagging trauma stuff with hospice stuff? Oh, I didn't catch that. Yeah, I didn't know that she had been tagging that. That's interesting though. Yes, I believe so too, Stina. Sure, girls. Yeah, so I mean, Shelly's more than welcome to come in here and we can talk about it. She did us dirty. That's how it is, you know. I'd never, right, who joined, well, when this started, you had just joined YouTube 3 days before. Come on. Like, I'm not falling for it, but, and clearly Stina sees it too. Yeah. Um, yep. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. The problem is right now, her members, she did a video about for her members, um, saying that she was excited. She was excited to have new subscribers, and we all know who the new subscribers are, right? And now she's up to 15. I do believe it's a money thing. They do need money. You have to remember that they, came from her mom's place to where they were not paying much to now, they have a lot of bills and stuff like that. Yes, some of it does. I'm not going to lie, Teresa. Some of it does. Okay, girls, fair enough. Oh yeah, Coley is very pretty. I'm sure she knows that. Um, so now Saint Steph is pissed at Shelly. Shelly is a bad girl. Who the fuck cares what Saint Steph thinks? Like I already gave my opinion on her. She walks through, or well, creeps around like a snake, watching everything going down and then waiting to attack, but yet won't hold her best friend accountable for taking not once but twice taking stuff out of a private group chat of friends. Like we actually thought Melissa was a friend. Oh, don't even get me started there. Um, oh, thanks, Wildflower. I think everybody's opinion, feelings are valid, right? Um, sorry, just let me catch up here. Yeah, makes the YouTube account. Right, that's what I mean. Yeah, definitely way too close. Well, you know what? We never thought that our friend would do us the way she did. Okay? Yeah, exactly. Exactly what Coley said. Come on, panel. We can discuss it. Hey, girls, how are you?
Hi, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, good. I'm always like doing something wrong, bumping myself off, forgetting to turn the mic on.
Yeah, yeah, they are.
Um, I don't know. I don't know what to say, Terry. I I like Shelley. I I'm trying to understand everything that's happened because a few days ago, like I thought I thought I knew like who Shelly is, and I know she's struggling right now. My heart goes out to her with her grandma. It really genuinely does. Um, and I
And you
just
can drop Wildflowers channel if you'd like. Sorry.
Wildflower's gonna be live tomorrow. Oh yay! Oh, I will try to make that. Um, anyway, I know everyone's got their feelings. I feel like I'm a little bit in the minority. Because I just feel I I it's like I'm not ready to give
Accept
up.
it.
Yeah, and just give up on another friend. I don't know, especially when I know she's really having a hard time. With everything going on with her grandma and stuff, and I think that's because I've gone through it myself, and helped my grandma through hospice and I only had two kids then that were, both real young. They were both under the age of 7 at the time. And I'm sorry, under the age of 10. I forget the ages of my own kids sometimes. Jeez. So, ah, I, I, here's my issue, I guess, is a couple of things. One, and I don't know if you talked about this because I came in late, but we were really upset with what happened with the group chat and Melissa and her sharing stuff, and then we find out later that she
Yeah.
shared stuff, right? So, and I think rightfully so, we were upset. And so then for her to then share, private DMs of Kirst, that just felt like was mind blowing to me. Like, I'm not saying that like everyone has a right to do on their channel, but I don't understand why Kirst was brought into this. Um, and why Shelley felt it necessary to talk about this right now, that's confusing me. Um, and then uh, not realizing like the backlash that's come because of it, because everything is convoluted, right? Like there's people are mixing up like what happened with Kirst and what happened with the group chat,
Yeah.
and like we're all under the same umbrella. You know what I mean? And I just, I just think she could have handled it better with Kirst for sure. And I don't. I'm not saying Shelley's feelings are invalid with how she was feeling, but she could have talked about it without sharing private information, I guess, and
Right.
I don't see the, and I don't need to see anymore, but from what I've seen between Shelley's and Kirst, I don't see what Shelley was seeing. That doesn't mean it doesn't exist or she doesn't feel that way. I'm just saying it just, I just felt like it was just not a needed thing. If she wanted to talk about it, she could have talked about it without having to show anything,
Mm-hmm.
especially when like, we're all upset about private, you know, messages getting out. And then she outs private messages. Like that's like the part that really threw me.
Did the one did the one video not um really bother you? By like, you know, made for
Oh,
to
the
address
one where
you
she
and
was talking
Serena.
about like people want, yeah. Well, I will say, I when I first watched that, and within the first few minutes, I didn't know if anyone else was talking, to Shelley, but I did reach out to give her a heads up about someone, um, and I I was coming from a good, genuine place. And
Yeah.
out of everyone that I have come across YouTube, there are only three people that I would ever give anyone, like, I don't know if I want to call it a warning, but at least a heads up. And I'll just say the name Shay was number one on my list
Yeah.
because I personally never had an issue with Shay. Like we always seem to like be pleasant and whatnot. And chats, and then I'm finding out like behind the scenes she's just digging up people's information and just dropping it in chats, and like I don't understand that. I don't
Right.
understand like doing background. I'm not saying she did a background check, but you know what I mean. I feel like I have a dossier and a background check somewhere floating around in whatever group chat or messages between people,
And
and
who
I
was
don't. And
sorry.
so I find that to be dangerous and just absolutely not necessary. This isn't the true crime community. You know what I mean? This is like
Yeah.
commentary and beauty community. Drama community. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. So when I gave her the heads up, it was from a genuine place. Like I didn't tell her like not to have Shay, on her channel, like not be pleasant. It wasn't anything like that. So then when she's like, the people that are warning me, I'm not upset with them, but I'm fine. Or the way that she worded it to me, I felt like was almost like a piss off curls moment, like what my genuine concern was just seemed like, I don't know how I'm trying to word this, but do you get what I'm trying to
Yeah.
like say? Like I just felt like um
And
I
what
wouldn't.
bothers me is
And I,
in
I did talk to Shelly in the DMs, and that's not how she intended, but that's how it came off to me, And so, yeah, it upset me. It hurt my feelings. Like I would never. First of all, you know how vocal I am about people watching whoever they want to watch, supporting whoever they want to watch. And then when she was talking about taboo topics, I was like, I felt like she thought all of us were saying that she couldn't watch her, and none of us ever said that. In fact, I feel like I have made a point of being the opposite of that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not about to tell anyone if you like someone's content, do you want to watch them? And then she's like, well, I didn't mean you guys. Well, but you kind of like, I felt like we were all through into that. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
on the flip side, I really feel like she is apologetic. I know she's going through a lot. And I want to support that. Like, it's such a hard time. And I know like others feel differently, and I respect that. That's just for me personally. Like, yes, I was upset. Um, I, but I don't know. Like, I don't want to be mean at all. You know what I mean? And that, like,
And I feel
because
that we were warned that there was potentially something going on with Shay. When that panel was done, sure, it didn't come off across, it didn't come across as the way the five on panel wanted it to, but it kind of like it put like a seedling, in your mind that these could be files from Shay,
right,
and
right.
Shelley felt that too. Do you know what I'm saying? And then
Well, or at
she
least
goes
we
over
thought,
and
like, I thought that, it's, I feel so conflicted and confused through all of this. And I'm trying to understand, and I'm also trying to be fair and like empathetic, but also respecting how others are seeing this and feeling about this. And I get that she just wants to move on, but I don't, I know she's busy, but I think she's just not realizing the fallout that's happened from this. And it's like, uh, another. I felt like she didn't want to be friends with us anymore. Like when
yeah.
she made that, video and like boundary, and that's fine. You know what I mean? But I felt like it came out of nowhere. So like
Okay,
I don't.
hang on a
I,
sec, Curls. I just want to address some comments before I
yeah, go
get too
ahead.
far. Um, Sammy, we absolutely did love her for, not being perfect. We accepted her any way she can. We could.
I,
But
and I still do. Like I don't want to like say that. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
yeah. Um, but she chose to do this, okay? She chose that side over her friends. Point blank, period. Um, Teresa, no, not the mother-in-law, because I had heard they don't speak. Um, her don't please people, but yes. Yeah. Um, Coley has went to a facility. I'm not sure what facility it is, and I think she deserves a second chance. Um,
I do
I,
too. But
like everybody does.
I've always been like rooting for Coley, always, and yeah, haven't liked some things for sure. I have been vocal about that.
Yep.
but still rooting for her, So,
And we're hoping
and
that
I
she's
just
changed.
realized Bliss is in chat. I just wanted to say hey to her. It's good to see her. Um,
I think she was here a long time ago.
oh, sorry, I did. Well, not paying attention. And I'm going to address it with Sammy asking, where's the proof? I'll just be upfront. Um, Shelly herself shared that with me, that she had shared some DMs with Shay. Now, it was supposedly about cursed and like those private messages, but again, got a problem with that. I really have a problem with that, especially I have a problem with sharing it with anyone. That's just my stance. I am very sensitive to people that I speak to in DMs and in keeping those conversations private. Now, like some things in general, like it's one thing. Like for example, like I might say, yeah, I just talked to Bliss the other day, but I don't say what we talked about. Do you know what I mean? Or I say, yeah, Terry and I mentioned that we're going to do a stream, like something like you get what I'm saying. So sharing private info like DMs, I have a problem with. I just do, and then sharing it with Shay, I felt like was why
Yep.
I'm not I'm not trying to tell Shelly who to be friendly with. I'm not, but I felt like it is not my character, and I thought Shelly knew that, for me to just like give a heads up on something and then I felt very dismissed, like, you know, like, and I get she's not done anything bad to me. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying don't be friendly. It's just be aware, and sharing DMs with her is not being aware. Do you know what I mean? So that's a
Yeah.
problem for me.
Rebrand. Yes, I agree. Um, you didn't do anything to Coley. However, at the time, um, like the hogs were involved and everything, right? And you're part of her her community that she had built before the hogs and that came into it. When when they came in, they took over, and Coley totally switched. I'm hoping she can find herself her own community again. And I mean, I'm gonna, I'm willing to give her a chance, very authentic community in Alaska. Yeah, that's true, Wildflower.
I'm really excited. Wildflower is going live tomorrow. So I'm excited about that. Oh,
Yeah, me
Wildflower
neither,
thing.
Stina.
Oh, sorry. I'm like looking at part of the chat as you're bringing up chat. Sorry.
I
I'm
feel like Shelley
gonna wait
Abbott
till
had a guilty conscience when. Well, see that? Oh, you're right. Bliss is in here. No, you're right. You're right, Stanley. Absolutely. I mean, and we're trying to process this from all different angles, right? Um, but yeah, excited to hear you have a live tomorrow, Wildflower.
Well, and then
Yeah,
also for her to think that we would be upset with Shelly because she wants to watch someone else's content. I felt like
yeah.
it's more than that. Like, m- and oh gosh, I feel like I don't want to be a hypocrite on you can be friends with whoever you want. I just, if
Coley
that's the
Re
case,
Sorry, just give me a sec. Coley
go ahead.
Rebrand would like to know if you can unblock her, please. Okay, go ahead.
Um, I don't remember what I was saying. Gosh, my brain just likes to just stop working. So easy for me to get distracted. It irritates me. I don't know what I was saying.
must have been deleted.
Oh, I know what I was saying. So if she wants to be, I don't know, but it's friends, but close. I to a person that I think is unwise to share information with, um, that makes me want to be very cautious, you know? So, um, and when she's like, and she was like, well, that was mostly, I felt like that from Cursed. I couldn't watch certain people or um, whatever. But uh, I don't feel like we ever treated her that way. And I know I'm not the only one who thought that, you know? So especially like, I don't know. I just, that's the problem. I don't know what to think, you know? And so this is just, and it just turned upside down after everything with Melissa and stuff. It was just like, I can't even believe like going through this again, you know? It's,
Yes.
uh,
Sammy, I'm gonna say it like this, okay? We all supported Shelly, and if it got out, um, oh, how do I want to word this? We, for me, I'm tired of going around everything, okay? Shelly did this to herself. She turned on her friends, and we're gonna talk about it. We're not gonna say, oh, poor Shelly, and give her ass taps because she was wrong for doing it. Like,
yeah.
we're gonna what
Especially
proof?
with like what has just gone on in the last few weeks, you know, ever since like Abby did
Yeah.
her video, and then we talked about the group chat, and and I think that also has, that really, for me anyway, and I know I'm not alone on this,
Thank you, Stina.
like I really trusted Melissa. So if that can happen, who, like, I'm not saying I don't trust people, but you start doubting, right? So I think that's part of where Shelley's headspace was, like, who to trust anymore. But I guess I felt like we were close enough that if she, I felt blindsided from it. Yeah,
We
I
all
did.
did.
And so it's like, can we stop with the blind sides that are supposed to be our friends? Okay, like, um, that that hurt, but I
Can you see
also,
the comment that I highlighted?
oh, well, that's why I did address that when I said I was going to address uh,
Exactly.
Sammy, that,
She told
she-
Curls.
yes. And so that I am 100 on. So
A plan for how the live came across. Oh. Yeah, I can see what you're saying, Bliss. I don't know, shall I like that one? It could have been handled much, much better. Yeah, I agree, Teresa. Sorry, Curls, just let me get through a bunch of
that's
these.
okay. Go ahead.
Because everyone has said she gave stuff to Shay. Yeah, well, Shelly said it herself. I should have waited longer to do that live. I wasn't in the right headspace and should have sat on it longer.
That's tough, Bliss, because, sometimes you don't realize you're not in the right space either.
Yeah,
So, like, So and sometimes it can I guess it depends on the situation, but sometimes it's better while you have those raw, fresh emotions to like talk about it and help just get it out, on whatever it might be is my point. So,
I
but
agree,
but then
Stina.
there,
The same here. Go
yeah,
ahead.
I was just gonna say, but then there are times that yeah, maybe you wait to talk on something and until you can be calmer, more rational. I don't know. It just depends on the situation. I'm not talking specifically about Bliss, her going live or whatever. I'm just saying in general, I can see both sides of it, of when to talk and when not to.
Yeah, you're right, Dee. Nobody wishes her any ill. Hi, girls. Hope you're well. So y'all are going through this. Yeah, it does freaking suck. I swear, I thought I remember. I they, if I'm not mistaken, girls, they don't speak to the mother-in-law, right?
No, not
No,
that last that I knew. No, mm-mm.
but I don't know. There's something about the Sammy name
I,
that
I can't even remember like what I did this morning, more or less. Like sometimes it's weird, like what I will recall and like things that just have zero like knowledge of. And I don't know about the Sammy. I will say like they do seem to know a lot, but that doesn't mean they haven't been watching it either. So,
yeah. Hey, Marcy.
and could it
That's
be
my
coincidence if
bitch.
Sammy is the mother-in-law's name and that's just you know what I mean? Like I don't know, but sometimes coincidences lately I don't know if they're coincidences anymore, right? So
Yeah. Teresa, you don't have to shut up. I mean, it's definitely something we're thinking. Definitely not the mother-in-law, but is it potentially Shelley? Yes. Wildflower says she's very excited, Curls. She hasn't been live in over 9 months.
I know it seems like forever. And that
It's
storm that
fine.
the Carolinas got hit with really, I hope you're doing well, Wildflower. I hope the community is starting to recover and whatnot in your area.
Yeah, I think you're right, Stanley. Um, I don't know. Maybe we weren't doing enough for her anymore that she decided to switch. I don't know. Yeah,
Well, and the
you're
thing
right.
is like
Blindsided.
it, I have I I don't like I just I'm so torn because I don't want to. I know I am friends with people that don't always like each other or see eye to eye, and so I don't have a problem with that. I do have a problem with it being Shay, and that's the truth. I have a problem with it being Shay, and I'm not trying to. I'm not making her choose or anything, but it makes me cautious because I don't trust whatever Shay might be up to. And that's just how I feel. I'm not trying to be a bitch or anything towards Shay because truly I never had any really negative interactions with her, but I don't appreciate having her like look into my information. I don't appreciate her doing it to anyone. I
Exactly.
don't think it's okay. Like I guess if you're doing a deep dive on let's say another creator, okay, you want to check their socials or something like that, but when it's just like especially when I'm not a creator, I was just a sub. Sure, I mod, but I don't know. Like I have a problem with that. Like that. Okay, I'm gonna be done right now.
I agree, Stina. Like now's the time. We're not gonna wait. It needs to come out and let's get it. done and
Well,
over
and even
with.
with Stina's comment, I think that's also like what was driving um Shelley, like she didn't want anything else coming out. So she thinks she's getting ahead of something, but it really just, I don't know what she was coming ahead of. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Hi,
Uh,
Dennis. Yeah, I agree. I haven't heard Coley talk about rebrand in forever.
yeah, it's been a while, I think. Although it's not like I've watched every Holy Stream and then she's been gone lately. So
Yeah, let me just catch up a bit. I'm way behind. Um, that she made a deal with the devil. Well, that's kind of what she was warned about, you know? Raw fish emotions mixed with a. Yeah, but like,
that's okay. Bliss's comment.
we don't want to wait. We don't want to wait, uh, you know, like how it went down with Melissa and all
Well,
that.
and some things don't need to be addressed publicly, but Shelley brought this public. So this is where we are now, you know.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm not saying every single thing that comes public needs to be addressed, but on this, there's a lot of feelings and uh anger, hurt, and
Is
concern, So
okay, wait, Popcorn is saying that Shelley's mother-in-law's name is Sammy. Yeah, I think she's a member too. It's a shortened version of her mother-in-law's name, which is really gross. And as
well,
well, this is what I have observed. Yeah, it's someone related. Yeah, it could be that too.
I just saw Cindy come in chat. Hey, Cindy, it's good to see you. I've been watching your stuff, Cindy, on Lisa, and oh yeah, that like if you don't know what I'm talking about, Cindy will know what I'm talking about because it's been yikes on bikes with driving over spikes with that woman. There's a couple on TikTok that are problematic, and Cindy covers a couple of them, and I've been watching her content on that.
Okay, I'm not gonna say that was a dox because the name was not
I
said.
y- yeah,
It was
right. I just
it,
we'll just drop that part. Like I don't
yeah,
know if I would say it was doxing, but I also don't want to confirm. I honestly don't know, and
I
I'm
don't
not
know
trying to
either.
confirm, and don't care to know if like I'm being honest. So
Yes, it is. Yep. Like she had so much support.
yeah, and in my opinion, genuine. And I still want to support her. I know that I'm in the minority on that. I just know she's really going through it. So I I'm still gonna like offer some words of encouragement and check in. and watch her videos, and I I can't help it. That's me. That's my personality. And
And we're not going to fault you for that, like,
right,
and I mean, anybody that enjoys her, go and watch her. Her family
yes,
needs the money,
yes,
you know?
and sometimes when and I know that she's like I really screwed up, and I don't want to keep kicking her, or you know what I mean, like virtually in my was what I mean. But also there's consequences, and sometimes this is like the way you have
Yeah, yeah. Deal
to
with them.
yes, and learn from it, so
Teresa, yeah, you're right. And that's what we're not understanding is that she's forgetting where it all started. And now each one of her friends are being, one by one, they're being um, gone after. Like, and she did this.
yeah. I mean,
And
she can have her feelings towards Chris, but boy, I just feel like she put a bullseye on her with Roadhog, bring him back. Now looking at it all of this side, you know what I mean, quote unquote side or whatever. And
yeah,
the other thing that I completely forgot, like I forgotten things that he had said about Chris. That just tells you how often or how little I watch the man. Um, I don't know if it was you or B that told me. And then I saw that Roadhog was talking about like where he's like, I didn't threaten Kirst, or I'm pretty sure he did. Like something with a knife. I don't know if it was through her
thanks,
eye
Cindy.
or
Yes, it
night,
was.
Cindy.
Yeah, it was to
You
stab
know,
her in the eye.
right. And I don't know, like, I don't know if context or tone matters when you say something like that, but I don't remember, like, if I even heard it. I probably did. I just am not recalling it. And so, um, I don't know, like, it just,
I'm
this could have
sure
been
Kirst
handled
has
so
it.
better.
I'm
Yeah.
sure,
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, she wouldn't just off the cuff say, that he threatened to unalive her.
Yeah. I mean, he's threatened. I swear, if he's talked about any female, there's normally some type of threat that's thrown in there of some sort.
Yep, yep, it is.
Oh, hey, Anne, I just saw her come in chat.
We all were. We all were. Oh, thanks, Wildflower. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it.
I
We're
saw
ta-
Brooke comment, and I'll be careful, Brooke. Things like I'm cautious, you know what I mean? But I just, um,
Follow your gut
I feel like I'm in a
instincts.
holding pattern, but until I don't know, like that's the problem. I feel so conflicted, but I really
And
cared
that's why I
about Shelly.
want
I
you to
do care about Shelly, and that's like that's not just that easy for me to let go. And I really do feel like she's struggling with so much, and that's not like it where she gets off the hook. It's not. I guess I'm empathetic to that and
yeah, we can be
trying to
empathetic to
rationalize.
that,
Yeah.
but at the same time, she has said that she's been secretly watching creators since December. So this has been brewing. You know what I
Well, and
mean?
the thing is, like, it wasn't a. it wasn't news to me when she said she likes to watch Taboo Topics celebrity stuff because she had mentioned that before. And I didn't have any issue with it. Like, watch whoever you want to watch. There's just a difference of being like a viewer and then talking to people privately. Uh,
And that's why I kind of wanted you to come up because I know you have a different perspective than I do on everything. Mine being a lot more harsher.
yeah. Well, and I get it. Like I don't disagree. Like you would have had a different curls a few days ago. I was real upset. Like, ooh, I was hot, you know. But and that like I know. Like I'm all over the place. That's my problem sometimes. I get that. I'm just still processing and I'm still trying to like
Yeah.
hold out for her and hoping this was
Uh,
just like a colossal mistake, judgment, and there's not going to be
well, when you,
repeated.
I agree with what Cindy is saying here. You know, someone betraying a friend and giving
Yeah,
info.
that's a really good point. Like
Yeah,
you guys are right for sure. I'm not disagreeing with you.
yeah,
I'm not. Um,
yeah. Cindy went to call Shelly. Oh, I don't think she's the title of the short Shelly just posted makes me. Oh, I mean, she. What I don't understand, Stina, is she said she doesn't have the YouTube app anymore. So she hasn't watched any videos in days.
well, she might be
Um,
watching it on her TV. Maybe that's what she just because there's a
no,
difference
she said she's
watching.
using the browser on her
Right.
phone.
Oh, but
Okay, so
maybe that's then she can't see comments. Is that what she's meaning? Like I know, like if I'm watching it on my TV, for example, I
no,
can't
she
see.
sees.
Oh,
She
oh,
let me.
okay.
Yeah, hang
Go
on a
ahead.
sec.
Sorry.
She
Go ahead.
sees comments because on my last stream she was watching it, and in the DMs she said, uh, "By the way, I'm not Sammy." Okay. Um, she watched my stream and was able to see the comments.
But is
Don't
that
tell me
because they were
she's.
up on the screen?
She said she's watching through the browser on her phone. I don't know. I don't know what that means. Well, like, I mean, I know what it means, but I don't know if it changes anything. I don't think
I'm just
so.
wondering. I'm just wondering, like, you know, how you bring up comments on your, like, right now, like,
Oh,
where I
yeah,
can see
yeah.
Stina's comments. So I don't know. I honestly don't know.
See, Sammy has confirmed that she's watching us. So, I mean, you're obviously close, and we're not saying anything that we haven't said to Shelly,
Right.
you know? But whatever. Let me get through some more of these. Good, because yeah, she does need to hear it. Get some financial counseling for sure. And she posted I don't know if it was a video or a short. Oh, actually, I'm not sure what you can say about members only stuff. So
Yeah, you know what? I don't know the rules on that.
yeah. Okay, that's what That's what Shelley called, um, and I don't know if that's the case. Oh, thanks, Betty, for coming. And Shelley was watching according to Sammy. Yeah, see, we do, we do. Yeah, that we're talking about the entire thing. To be honest, do you wanna say thanks? I know she's awesome. I love having her up, and we're planning another stream
Oh, thanks,
together.
Steve. Yeah, we're gonna do well, I don't know if I'll say the title yet, but it's a little bit of
Okay.
a celebration, but um like
Yeah.
something on my side of celebration. So that's all I'll say. Keep you guys guessing, so you tune back in.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I thought, and um, but Shelley did um call you that.
Well, and I know that she, likes and respects, and not that she doesn't us, but okay, I'm not like
Or
I
curls. Yeah.
oh no, I'm not starting a channel T. No, no, but I, I have I have no desire for that. But I have enjoyed coming up on panel. I really have, and I appreciate Terry being patient and with me because I have watched back a couple of our streams like, oh, you've got to learn to shut up, girls, and let Terry talk because I I could ramble, man. Like,
Well, and like I don't know if it was Popcorn's last stream. I don't know. We were I was up there with Bliss and Popcorn, and it was probably maybe a little bit heated, you know, and then Cindy came up and it was kind of like curls coming up, you know what I mean? Like I don't know, Cindy just has that way
yeah,
of talking like you do, to kind of put the
she,
fires out.
yeah, I agree. Cindy is like, her personality is fun and calming, and that's why I enjoy her content too. So I agree, Anne. Yep, I talked about that. I have real issue with that. So
Yeah, you definitely misunderstood. Um, right is right, wrong is wrong. That's right.
yep.
Nobody is saying that. Um, yeah, and that's the hard part. Like she does. I, that's one thing I don't agree with. That Popcorn thought Shelley didn't have anxiety, agoraphobia, any of that. She does. She does have other issues, and she is on here a lot because she's secluded. Um, she did talk recently about not having, in real life friends, and she had reached out to one of her friends um, from high school or
Was that
something
like
like
one
that.
of her more recent videos? Because I know I, I know she put out a video that there was a members only. That one I watched, but then I think she put another one out, and that one I have not watched yet. Is that the one you're
I
talking about?
I'm not sure. I do. I do remember her saying though that she's reached out to um an old high school friend, I believe it was.
And I think that would be good for her too. Like having friends online or by phone, it's great. Don't get me wrong, but there is something nice being able to have like that actual human interaction with someone. And it would give her a chance to like be able to, I don't want to say escape, but just like be able to talk to someone and like, even if the friend comes to her house or whatever, just be able to like talk about other stuff that's not maybe just online, social media related. Not that that's what we just only talk about. I don't even know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna shut up right now.
Sammy, we would probably be all watching, but well, I know for myself, I would come in under my own name, and I'll be quite honest, I have two stock accounts. One is, I think it's TLL123. It was made because Coley had me blocked. Then she blocked that one, and I think the other one is just Terry Lynn. And I only use them if I want to communicate with Coley because she can't see this channel. This channel's name come up. You know, um, people here tonight that I don't trust. Well, I mean, not and I'm not saying you don't have to be friends with everybody that's here, Chris. I get it. There's been
And you don't have to trust everyone either,
yeah, yeah,
but
yeah,
there's a difference between like maybe you don't trust that person and you can still be in the comment section and have an okay conversation. Sometimes getting to know
yeah,
people, the more you see them, sometimes you start like seeing, okay, I I can maybe trust what they're saying. And then maybe like it'll do the opposite. Be like, yeah, my gut was right. So
yeah, yeah. I would be, uh, yeah. It's earned. It's not a given. Yeah. I think I'm way behind in
go
comments.
ahead, get caught
Yes,
up.
she is calm and level-headed, Cindy. So is Curls.
I don't know about level headed.
I wish Curls would start a channel. I wish you would can bring yours back to life, Stina. I didn't even know you were a content creator before.
Oh, I'm not always positive, Stina. Boy, I have to say, like, the non-positive curls has been out on a few things in the last couple of weeks. And I rightfully so. I think I had a right to be upset with Melissa and the whole group chat coming out, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
stuff that's going on with Shelly.
Oh,
So,
no, no, Brooke. No kitty content from
yeah,
Curls.
poor guy. I literally torture Terry with like cat pictures because I know she's got a fear of cats. She doesn't like them,
Oh, yeah,
and
I'm terrified of them.
I
Like,
purposely troll her a little, or I give her a warning. Hey, incoming cat photos coming.
and Curls has a freaking beach chair for her cats.
Yeah,
I
it's
couldn't
a
believe
lounge.
it.
It's so cute. There's a palm tree. It's all connected like one piece. It's a palm tree, and the palm tree is actually a scratching post. Like the wood part, I guess, of the tree. I don't know what you call it. The trunk of the tree
Trunk, yep.
is is all like sisal rope, and then there's a beach lounge chair that's connected to that, and our one cat Schoolie is obsessed with it. It's like he's sunning himself every day in his little beach chair with his palm tree. So yeah.
Yeah, it was funny. Cindy, I've always watched Cindy, and I have always made it known.
Yeah, same.
Forgot. No, oh no. Poor Nala. Oh, girl.
Oh, and you cracked me up. I'm surprised Nala just didn't let you know she's not the shy one, right? I can't always keep the dog straight, but
Yes, it is. Yeah, I
oh,
don't know
it won't be. You'll
why.
be. I was going to tell Wildflower she'll be fine. Like give yourself 10 minutes, you'll be back in the full going live. So, and I think that was Brooke's comments about taking her grandma, and I agree.
Yeah,
Um I've already said I would do the same for my parents. I was with my grandma when it was towards her time. Granted, we had her in an assisted living place, so she had her own place. But then, especially that last week, I was there every day, stayed multiple nights. We kind of all like took turns in the family
yeah,
because I also had, two young girls at the time that I had to like balance too. Well, see, okay, that comment right there kind of pisses me off.
yep.
I, because it's not like I'm trying to be against Shelly. And I understand that, Shelly definitely has anxiety and stuff. I'm not saying like we do a full panel or whatever and like
Exactly.
all yell at her. That's not how it would go. But like there's scars over here too, So I don't know. That just kind of irked me, that comment.
Yep. Yeah. That's an honor sacrifice. Yeah. I don't know that I could do it. Uh, yeah. Yeah, like I'm just, well, Sammy, when you scroll over a bunch of friends at one time, it's bound to go down that way. Yeah. I mean, Bliss is right. And I keep I've seen a couple of comments from Lisa, not Anne's Lisa, but the other Lisa.
Oh, the one
Um,
that spells it like Liza, that one?
yes, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Um, I've seen a couple of comments, well, people need to stop beating around the bush and just say it. So, yeah, we're saying it. We're not throwing anyone under the bus. She's already done that to herself. We're hurt. And if she can't understand why we're discussing it, that's on her. You
Well,
know what
and
I mean?
sometimes I'm not saying like the conversation is going to be gone after this, but sometimes just like since we already know what's being talked about here and there and innuendos and other spots of YouTube, sometimes it's just better to address it. Then okay, people might still talk about it afterwards. I get that, but um sometimes that's just the way to get the issue to move on. So
See, and there. So Sammy's saying, as Tara always says, it's your story, I'll let you tell it. Like, you can't be any more obvious. The account was created, it's maybe 5 days ago now.
oh really, is that
Like,
it? Oh, I thought they were around longer.
no, it's a new account. And
Oh, why did I think that they'd been around a while? Maybe there was another Sammy I'm thinking of.
I don't know, but I asked even. No, I'm not a cat person. Like what Bliss does and Chicago does for the strays. Oh no, no, no. I couldn't do it.
I love the animal videos, like, but you know me, I am bananas over all animals. Give me raccoons, bunnies, birds, cats, dogs, you know. Uh, we haven't seen it yet, but normally it seems like every summer or lately every other summer we get a groundhog, a mama who has normally about three babies. So we get to see them for a couple of months, but I haven't seen any signs of the groundhog. We've got chipmunks back, well that's a nice sign of seeing them back because they've been there's just so many predators that go after chipmunks in our area that we haven't had them for a couple of years, at least not like actively. So, it's nice to see them.
Wildflower, I'm actually terrified of them. Like terrified. And the pricks around here, they know it. But like I'm in the country, so they're all, feral barn cats. And they'll come, like we have a large, we're on like 2.5 acres, but we have a large dog kennel that's attached to like the garage door. And the cats will go alongside of it and they'll purposely sit there and stare at me. I say, no.
They're messing with you. They're like, oh, sometimes
Yeah,
isn't it funny that some animals, like dogs, do it too, where they like know the person's not a cat person or a dog person, and that's the person they instantly gravitate to. It's like I'm gonna win you over. But the
yeah.
cat's hard to tell. Sometimes that they just want to mess with you. Like they can be
Oh,
tricky that way, you know, little pranksters.
and yeah, I don't. I can't even get out of the vehicle. Like if I'm coming home alone and my husband and the kids are here or whoever's here and there's a cat outside, I ain't getting out. I'm calling and saying, "Come out and get me."
I'm not trying to laugh, but I can't help it.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's bad.
honey, I'm in the car. I've been here for 2 hours. There's a cat staring at me. I need you
Yep.
to come and
Yeah.
rescue me.
And if we're out at night, my husband knows when we come back, he has to shine the brights into the driveway so that I can see that there's nothing waiting. That, or if he's backing in, he has to get out and make sure there's nothing
Did you have a
around.
bad experience with cats? Is that why? Or you just are just scared of them?
It seems to be something that runs in the family, but
Really
yeah,
interesting.
um, but like now my brother's okay with cats. He actually owns two. They're called rag dolls,
Oh yeah, they're cute. Mm-hmm.
and he has a Bernese Mountain Dog. Um,
But he likes things with lots of fur.
yeah. Um, I remember growing up on the farm, we had this one cat because I mean, when you're on a farm, you need a cat for the mice, right?
Yep.
This thing was ginormous. We had gotten it from someone else, and there's a whole funny story of my dad, who is also afraid of cats, trying to get it home in a pickup truck back whenever pickup trucks only had two doors, right? They
Right.
didn't have that behind seat. And the cat is up on the back of the seat. And my dad's got his jacket hanging over his, hanging over his right arm. And he's got it up so the cat can't get near him.
Oh
Anyways,
gosh.
this thing growled. It did not meow. It growled. So
Well, cats do that. Some they don't always meow. Like they normally meow at some point, but maybe this one just liked to growl.
yeah, I don't know. Its name was Kitty, believe it or not. It
You
was
know, a
no
lot of
kitty.
people, especially uh like people that have farms and stuff that would have, cats on the property, didn't always name them. It was Kitty, you know what I mean? So,
Right,
and I have to
yeah.
say, like growing up, I wasn't a big cat person. There was no one I really knew that had cats. It wasn't until um I had gone through my divorce and my youngest daughter so badly wanted a dog. And I just, with my health, and I was in and out of the hospital so much then, that I'm like, I can't do a dog. It's just not fair to the dog. And then I have to worry about who can watch it. So, and we had fish, but she literally was taking the fish out of the fish bowl and petting them. I'm like, okay, I got to get something with fur. So I was like, well, let's see how a cat goes. And I wasn't sure if it was going to go well because I had no experience with cats, and I'm like the crazy cat lady. I have 4 cats. My husband's trying to talk me into like getting another one. I'm like, no,
What?
okay, it's hard enough to keep up with the 4 that we have.
My
He
goodness.
keeps showing me pictures. What about this one? Like because we miss having an orange tabby. We've always had at least an orange cat, and
Yeah,
the 4 that we have, none of them are orange. But I'm like, yeah, I'm not ready for that. I mean, I love my cats, totally adore them. As you know, I talk about them all the time. But I am also like going to be responsible on how many we can really have. You know what I mean? So,
right. But I can't talk because I'm a dog person. We
oh, I
have
love dogs
three.
too.
We have three, and I want another one.
What breed is your dogs?
We have two Boston Terriers and one boxer.
Aw,
Yeah. The boxer is my oldest daughter's dog. We actually have to take her to the vet tomorrow because she's she's got a patch of fur missing, and she's been very nippy,
huh.
um, like not acting herself. So yeah, we have an appointment to get her seen
I
tomorrow.
wonder if she's got like something going. Like, I'm not saying it's worms, but something like that, mites, or yeah, I don't know. I don't know what dogs get, but maybe something like that, and it's like underneath the skin, and so she's chewing off some of
See,
the fur, or
but
is the fur missing because it's illness related? You know what I mean?
that's what I'm thinking because the spot where it is, she can't even reach it.
Oh,
Yeah, and she
okay.
doesn't like it touched.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
just saw Stina say a parasite. Yeah,
yes,
that's what I. Yeah,
hopefully, you know,
I hope it goes well, and if
yeah,
it's depending, I don't know, like if there's like different types of parasites, but a lot of times can't they just kind of medicate, like, and that helps get rid of it, or does it just depend on what kind of parasite is it? I don't have a lot of experience with dogs. I mean, I love dogs. I love his dog. I just haven't owned dogs since I was a kid, where I was like the main caretaker of a dog. So,
right. Was it the very next day, popcorn? I do remember um what you're talking about. You know, this poor Nala. She's almost 10 and got forgot outside. Uh, like Los Angeles Shores.
is Nala the one that's always uh in Anne's videos when she does like her
Not
like coffee talks or
anymore.
whatever? Or is that Aura that's normally in it?
Well, Aura and Akira, but Nala used to be up there all the time. But then
Right.
you remember she had problems with
Oh,
her
getting up the
legs,
stairs.
right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we don't see Nala very much anymore. Yeah.
And now
Same
we're probably thinking it's
snake.
100 pounds. Like she's probably thinking, I'm a lap dog. I feel like my dad's dog thinks that. Clark is this massive golden retriever. I'm like, yeah, you're definitely not a lap dog. But he's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I can fit. Like, you don't need to see or breathe, but pretty sure like I'll fit right here.
Oh, I mean, congrats to you, Wildflower, but
Oh, I
cat
remember that wildflower.
still
I
in my
remember
heart.
that cat showing up and she's like, I don't know what to do. I remember that was when I was on Discord. And I know that both Bliss and I were giving her like some suggestions, of like what to do or whatever.
Oh, is that
Uh,
when the cat was missing? I remember she had Wildflower had a cat that went missing for a little bit, right?
I don't know if that was this one just popped up. This was a stray kitten that just popped up on her back porch out of nowhere. And then she ended up taking it in. So I don't know if that one like went missing for a little while because I think it was an indoor outdoor. I don't remember. Like there you go. Like some things I remember and some things brain's gone.
All right, like, maybe we'll get an answer if I can get to the bottom. Hi, White Russian. How are you? Thanks so much. I'm just gonna scroll past,
Hey, White Russian. No, I didn't see her come in.
and I guess trust and love. Mm, yep. You can't. You, the problem for me is you can't trust a cat. I can't personally trust
I,
a
I get
cat.
that, but let me tell you, they really once you get that they are just I I that's what like I found so fascinating. I thought cats just were like not I don't want to say anything special, but that's because I just didn't have experience with them. And my first cat, Flippy, changed the game on how I viewed cats. He played fetch. He could open any kind of door. I mean, like any type of door handle. He was the most loving. He especially because I was having so many health issues back then. He absolutely knew when, almost like, it's not like I was having seizures or anything like that, but he knew like when there were certain times where he's alerting me, um, where I would know I need to sit down because I was starting to feel lightheaded, or I was going through cyclic vomiting, um, where he like just sensed these things, and it just changed my mind on how sensitive and their personalities and the crazy things that they do are kind of alien like. And I could see where they scared the crap out of me a couple of times where you walk out and all of a sudden you just see two glowing eyes and their like heads like crooked in a weird position. It's like, oh yeah, that startled
But
me a few times.
they're like, I don't know, they're kind of sneaky and snaky. Thanks, Bliss, for coming. I'm
Night
not
Bliss,
sure.
good to
She's
see
probably
you.
she's probably asleep by the time we get to the end of this here.
Oh, I was going to ask who the
Yeah.
giveaway winner was. I wasn't sure if you'd done that. It was Stina.
Stina.
Oh, yay, Stina. Yay.
Yeah. You love your dog, but you think you're a cat person.
You could be both, I think. Oh, White Russian,
Yeah.
my schoolie is 3.5 feet long. He's not Maine Coon. He's just I call him a floppadop because he's just, he's over 20 pounds. And when he lays on you, then it's just like dead weight. It's just, my other cats are really like light and springy, and not schoolie. He is just like my squishmallow, and oh, but he's the calmest cat. You don't have to worry about him like, trying to like get your feet or playing like that kind of thing. He's not one of those, but I get where there, and we have people that come over that are scared of cats, so it's not uncommon either. Um,
Um, Wildflower would like to know how she can get a hold of you
uh,
nowadays. She doesn't have Instagram.
um, Wildflower, you've got email, right? Because I'll email you, and that way you've got my email, and I'll give you my number, so that way you've got it. Stina, is that the cat that like you have an actual cat, or is that one of the
Shoulder, that's what it is.
feral cats that come? Oh yeah, that's right. Nala has a bad
Yeah,
shoulder.
yeah, and Nala is the black and white one, yeah. Thanks, Popcorn. Have a great night. I gotta get to freaking Wildflower here. Yes, yes, okay. Yeah, I remember him going missing, and yes, finally came back. Yep, because I remember you being so worried and upset. And you know what, I s- I have, I sympathize for, people that lose, pets, regardless if it's a cat. Um,
Because they
you know,
become
it,
family regardless
exactly.
of, yeah.
Yeah, you know, I don't want to seem like I'm a cold-hearted bitch, but like
No, no,
I
uh-uh.
don't.
My daughter has two rats, and like,
Like,
listen, they're super smart and intelligent, and they do like to cuddle. I'm not cuddling with them. I got an issue with the tail, but she like she's had rats for years now, and it's one of her favorite pets that she gets, and they don't live like super long lives. So she's had, several different rats throughout the years, but that's not a pet that I want. And like the first time she let it out and it was walking around the house and I didn't know it, I nearly had a heart attack. I was up on the chair and on my dining room table so fast it wasn't even funny, like freaking out thinking we had a mouse in the house and this was a huge rat. Like, oh my God, you have to give me
so
warning if
like,
you're letting this rat out.
did she put them in cages?
She's got like a big, huge uh cage that she has two of them in, and then she lets them out so that they can run around. We got that pet stroller. She just took them for a walk the other day. She took both of the rats, put them in the pet stroller, and took them for a walk around the neighborhood. um
Ow.
so but they're not just allowed to roam the house. There's no way I'd have. And the cats do fine. My cats, um, and my other cats loved her rats that she had then. In fact, um, our I can't remember which cat was obsessed with her one rat. Like they cuddled and played together all the time.
Thanks, Wildflower. Have a good
So
night.
night, I'll make your live tomorrow, Wildflower.
Yeah, I'll try and. Hey, we made it to the end of the comments.
Yay!
Hey, Miss Brandy, how are you?
Oh yay! Hi, Brandy. Brooke, my granddaughter just got a hamster for
Oh,
her birthday. She wanted a bunny, and so my daughter
good
said,
night, White Russian. Thanks for
"Well,
coming.
night, White Russian." So, and her name is Maple, and she's super super cute. She's really cute.
Oh, just
So
don't stick your fingers in and get bit
well,
because
and the thing
hamsters
is,
are bad for biting.
she got bit, and the breeder that they got her from had warned, listen, don't do a lot of handling with her, especially for the first couple of weeks, because she's got to get used to her environment and her surrounding. And the other thing is, one of the ways that they figure out their environment and what's around them and what's a danger is by using their mouth, like biting things to see, like, what is this thing? Well, she insisted that she was going to hold on to it, and she got bit pretty hard. And like, oh gosh, I hope she's not scared of it. I mean, she only had it for like 3 or 4 days at that point. So
Right. I don't know. I don't like I'm scared of hamsters, but like a friend from years ago had a hamster and it bit me.
yeah, I've been my
It
oldest
hurts.
daughter had a hamster. Yeah, I got bit a couple of times when I was trying to get it out of the cage. We had like a ball, um, and like one of those balls that you can put it in and then they can roll around the house. Or I would,
Yeah,
have to clean out the whole thing, and I got bit a few times. But I will say, like, once I handled the hamster more often and kind of, I don't want to say trained, but uh, it didn't happen very often. The first couple times, though, I got bit hard, but I think also because I didn't know what I was. You know what I mean? So, like,
right. Yeah, I had well, we had three guinea pigs, but that was before we had kids. But they didn't bite.
yeah, my daughter had a guinea pig, and that was, oh gosh, her guinea pig was so cute, and it snorted and was so sweet, and never bit me. No, was just the sweetest thing.
We
Her
had
name-
three of them, and it was Pandora, Molly, and I forget the third one's name. But they were
Cute
they
name.
were fun. Um, and like I had a multi-level house for them, like a cage
Oh,
system.
cool.
Yeah, and I had this little like a cage thing that would go on the floor, and that's where I would chop up their salad and that, and they'd eat in there. Yeah.
Yeah, Hannah had like a whole thing like set up for her guinea pig. And I will say this, if anyone's looking for a guinea pig, do not get it from like a Petco or Pet World or something like that. That's what she did. And I don't even know if Easy made it 6 months. And I ended up coming across it and went down a rabbit hole. There's actually, I forget the name of the rescue, but where they specifically do guinea pigs, where they go to Petco's and will um, purchase all the guinea pigs, and then they test them. There's a certain test that guinea pigs um, can get. I don't know if it's like from bad breeding and it can be treated, but if it's not caught right away, they get sick and they will not live long. And I think that's what happened with her. So I would just suggest people, if you want a guinea pig, look at, a reputable breeder that's selling them, because and it makes me sad thinking, and it has to all to do with the breeding, and same with like rats and hamsters from pet stores. You just don't always know the how the breeding conditions were. So I know I was brokenhearted when um she's like, Hazy passed away, and I was like, what? She's not even that old. What? I mean, we expected her to live for at least a few years, and didn't even make it, halfway through
Yeah,
a year.
Normally, I think guinea pigs have a longer lifespan than hamsters.
Yeah, I think
Not
so too.
mistaken. Yeah, I know it's not overly long, but
Yeah, but I think you can get a couple extra. I can't remember now. I'll have to ask my daughter later, like what the average lifespan is for the guinea pig. But I thought it was at least a few years. Like they could live to be 4 or 5, and I could be wrong. Maybe it's closer to 3. But
yeah,
um,
I think a hamster is around the 2 mark.
yeah, and that's what
Um,
rats are too. Is usually right around that 2 year mark.
32 ferrets, Brooke. Ferrets are another thing that I don't trust. I
Oh, I'm not a
babysat
big
my
I'm not a big
I
ferret
babysat
fan.
my cousin. I babysat my cousin's ferret the once, and that thing was friggin' vicious. Like I had
I
to
had a
leave
friend.
it. Sorry, go ahead.
They just were stinky, and
Oh yeah.
like I like to watch some of the animal videos that have ferrets because they're funny and they're cute and stuff. But wanting to have one, no, thank you, no.
Well, we babysat this one for a weekend, and I had to leave it tied in the basement on its leash. Like I couldn't even get near it to do anything. Like it was just so vicious. I'd like take a stick, like a broom handle, and push its food and water over.
Is it because it just was scared? It's a new environment, new people. I know my friend who the only reason I ask is that like I only have one friend who had a couple of ferrets, and they were they were friendly. Um, they just they startled me because they want to talk about animals slinking around. Like that's what I felt like with the ferret. Like they could squeeze their way into any space and then pop out, and you didn't know that they were there, and
Yeah,
startled the crap out of me. But they were friendly, so I just wonder if that was the situation, or if you just had a ferret that
I'm
just
not sure. But like
was weak.
it was mean even around her.
Oh, then it could have just that's the
Yeah,
the disposition of the ferret.
yeah. Stina, yes, Anne's daughter has a ferret and a lizard, I believe.
Well, I didn't know that. Our daughter
Yeah,
had a ferret. We had a leopard spotted gecko. My youngest daughter likes all the animals that are like the strange ones. Whereas geckos,
uh,
I mean,
yeah.
not that they're strange, but strange for me. You know what I mean? And that gecko lived a long time. We actually um, got it because it was a rescue from a previous home, and it was removed because whatever animals that they had around, what geckos will do is if like they're grabbed by the tail, they'll drop their tails as a way to get away. But it's really hard on a gecko to like they lose a lot of calcium and regrowing it and all of that. And it had a very misshaped tail. And so, and it was not taken good care of. So they estimated at the time that they thought the gecko was around 5 years old. And I know the vet that my daughter took the gecko to, so it was because she just passed away only a few years ago, and said that this was the oldest gecko that she'd ever taken care of because she had to be, we estimated around 20 years old when she passed. So
Oh wow.
um, it's hard to tell because, they couldn't give us an exact age, but if we just go by the numbers of the years that we had it, for sure it was 16 years old. So,
Mhm.
um, and our
Wow.
one cat loved Stormy. Her name was Stormy, and Chopper. We would have to put a chair by the aquarium, and those two would just sleep next, like the gecko would be on the end, and they would just be like nose to nose and sleep, nap together. The gecko would run out of her like little rock when she would see Chopper, and then my daughter would take her out of the aquarium, and Chopper would be so excited because his girlfriend was going to play and cuddle, and just like sometimes you just don't think that these animals are going to have like those type of friendships, but there you go.
Right. Yeah. Weird. All right,
But
girls.
listen,
This has been, yes,
yeah, I was
I'm
just gonna
getting
say I'm gonna
tired.
call
Yeah.
it a night. Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for letting
Um,
me up.
thanks for
Congratulations
coming up.
again
Thank you.
on your subscribers. And hopefully we'll be doing this again at the 500 mark, So that'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
And we'll double the giveaway.
Yay, sounds good. All right, everyone have a good night. Thanks for coming. Talk to you guys later.
Thanks, girls. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for coming, everyone. I appreciate all of you. Um, yeah, it's almost midnight here, and I want to chill for a little bit and then head to bed. But thanks for coming, Stina. I will reach out to you. If I don't, I'll reach out to you right now as soon as I get off this stream. All right, guys. Thanks, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.